I'm not paying you guys. You guys hear me good? If this mic doesn't work today, it's getting baptized. I got a lapel mic, man. I feel so free. I feel like my chains have been broken, like I can really move around. So I'm going to talk about bucking horses today. So, man, I was trying to think like back through all the stories and like a good funny one. And, you know, they're all funny to somebody else, but I was trying to think of the ones that were funny to me. So this one year I went out with the wagon on the ranch, and I had this cow boss that was one of those low-stress cattle handling guys. You ever worked with those guys? Man, they can drive you crazy because if you don't, you know, do exactly what they say, they'll just nitpick you to death. And one morning we started this drive on this pasture that was, I mean, it was like 16 sections. It was big country. There was about 10 or 12 of us. And we did everything up there out of a roe deer. So if you don't know what a roe deer is, that doesn't mean you take the cattle to the pens. You get them to a corner, and you hold them up, and you saddle them, and then you work them out of that corner, you know, roping and dragging the calves out. And so we started this drive before sunup, got all these mama cows and calves thrown together, got them to a corner, and then this cow boss had us just set on them. I mean, just set a horseback, holding them in the corner for like 4 or 5 hours. This ain't good, David, or I need to move it closer. So, where I'm going with this, I had to pee bad. I mean, I had drank a lot of coffee around the fire that morning getting woke up. And you know, the cows are doing good. These are old gentle cows, so I went to step off my horse to let some water out. And that cow boss went to holler, "Hey, what are you doing? You better get back up on your horse. You'll spook these things all over the place." I was like, son of a gun. So I'm sitting on this horse, man, for like, going on like 4 hours, and I got to pee. My eyeballs are floating. And everybody's kind of off doing their own thing, not really paying attention. And I'm riding a pretty gentle horse, so I'm starting to think like, man, I think I can make this happen. That old horse is pretty relaxed, you know, his back legs are crossed, so I kind of set my reins down, I kind of stand up. I'm not going to go through all the motions I did. But when you got leggings on and you're standing up in a saddle, it takes a little doing. And so anyways, you know, I'm trying to watch for everybody else is watching me, and I finally get up on my tippy toes in the stirrups, and the water starts flowing. And it must have like splashed on that horse or something, because that sucker did come alive. And it scared the far out of him, and he took off bucking through them cows. And now to stay on a bucking horse, you just want to lift and hold yourself in the saddle. And everything goes into automatic mode when that happens. So I wasn't lifting in the right places. And I shot, some of you got that. I shot right out the back door of this horse. And before anybody else could get over there, I zipped up and cleaned up. And then they showed up and they were like, "What happened?" I don't know. I don't know. I think like a fly must have bit him or something. That's the funniest buck-off story I got. True story. That one really happened. That's Keely's favorite story. Let's go to the Lord in prayer. Father, I thank you for this day just to gather in your presence and to worship you, Father. I pray that right now that you just pour me out and you fill me full of you, and that the people here, they hear you today, Lord, that they hear your call, that they see you today. I ask all this in Jesus' name. Amen. So, bucking horses.